You know what's new to me? Being outside in the winter. Typically where I'm from, it's minus 10 degrees over there. You know what's also new to me? Backtesting. I absolutely hate backtesting, but I finally started to do it again, and let me show you guys how.
Listen, I hate backtesting. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why I hate it and what I think is the most effective way to backtest rather than the traditional bar replay on TradingView, which everyone already does. I'll be honest with you, I personally have not backtested in over a year, and let me tell you why. I know most of you guys are using TradingView to backtest right now. Here's my biggest problem, okay? I use multi-time frame analysis for my entries and my zones, supply and demand zones, things like that. If I'm taking an entry, let's say on the 15-minute, but I need to zoom out just to confirm the candlestick on the 4-hour, the 1-hour, the 2-hour. I love the 2-hour chart. Unfortunately, when you go on TradingView and you do that, the candle already loads. And because the candle has already loaded, you already know the outcome of the trade. When you know the outcome of the trade, you're not really experiencing the live market, right? You're not really knowing what could have happened, would have happened, should have happened. Finally, I found something that gets rid of all of these problems, and I can actually go back and backtest like I would in the real live markets. So let's go into my computer and let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, we are in my computer, and this is Forex Tester 5. This is basically a backtesting software solution, basically fixing all the issues that I was talking about in TradingView, some of my gripes with TradingView. And the bar replay method, which I think only serves a certain amount of purpose, but this actually allows you to see candles moving and much more. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually download a demo version, and I'm going to take you guys to that right now. All right, so once you guys hit the link in the description below, you're going to be taken to forextester5.com's website, and you can basically just come over here to try for free and download their free desktop application. Now, if you are interested in buying it, once you've seen what it's capable of, you can just basically come down here, purchase one of the plans with the data, and yeah, just use the code that's provided in the description below, and you're gonna get 10% off. So, but the first thing you want to do is come here, try for free, download the desktop application, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it and what the benefits are. All right, now that you guys know how to actually download it, you can get the free version, you can try it out, and on the paid version, it's crazy because you can actually backtest up to 20 years of data. So that means you can go back to 2005, 2008 when you started trading, and you can actually see each individual candle move the way it moved in a certain period of time, whether it was 2001 or 2001. You can go back all the way there, or any time frame. You can see on my screen that these candles are actually moving how it would be in the real live market, right? Like, this is something you don't get to do when you're on TradingView because you have to click the next candle, the previous candle. And when you actually switch between time frames, you can go all the way up to the monthly, weekly, daily. It doesn't give the next candle away. So I'm on the H4 right now, and this is actually how the candle would be developing. And you're able to slow it down to actually make it like damn near realistic, and you can speed it up if you're in a trade just to see how it's going. And before we get into sort of the whole what you can do and what's possible, I think the first thing I should show that would probably catch people's attention, that caught my eye when I saw a video recording of somebody doing this, was that you can actually place a trade. So you can see that I have a balance here because I was doing a little bit of backtesting, and so I can actually place a trade, buy, sell, with all that stuff. So anyways, that's something I thought I would show right out the gate. So anyways, I'm going to close that position right there, and we're just going to get into it. So you have a multi-time frame analysis that you can do with this. That's crazy. You can see candles developing. That's crazy. You can go back to any period in time. So I could actually go back to when I first started trading early 2020 and start backtesting from that day, and actually backtest the last 3 years and really journal what I would have actively made, right? This is great if you're starting a new strategy, if you're trying to perfect your strategy, whether you're trading SMC, supply and demand, or if you're trying something new, whether you're a swing trader or a scalper, and you want to just get better and actually have it feel like it's a live market, right? One of the things that I always said was I don't think you should spend too much time backtesting, and the reason I always used to say that was because you don't actually get the proper, you're not really actually feeling what's happening in the market, right? There's no candles moving, there's no dollar signs moving, and even with the second best thing you can do is you could go demo, right? And the best thing you can always do is forward test. But besides those, this is probably the best thing you can do for your trading trading, if you're still somebody who's struggling, who's trying to improve their strategy, right? Or if you're trying to perfect your strategy, or if you're somebody like me who gave up backtesting just because I felt like it was no good to me. But now I'm at a point where using this software, I can actually feel like I'm doing something with my time. Like I felt like TradingView was just becoming a waste of time, right? Now I know that at least when I can come here, I can, try out my scalping methods. I can perfect my scaling methods. I can see, if I'm in a losing streak, I can come here and maybe get some motivation or get some more confidence in my trades. So like, I think that's pretty crazy, right? You have the options of doing so much here. You can do things like even indicators. You can run a script. So we'll go over some of the stuff right here, right? So let's go to orders, right? So another thing you guys might be thinking is this looks a lot like MT4 and MT5, and that's because it does. It is. It's like a better version of MT5. Is really what it is, right? Because you have the dollar amount, you have the candlesticks, and you have all of these things that you can do, right? So let's say for orders, right? You can place a market order with a stop loss, with a take profit. You can use the calculator to risk 1%, a certain percentage. You can even place trades depending on pips. So you can have a 25 pip stop loss, 60 pip take profit. You can do pending orders. You can drag and drop your stop losses and take profits, things like that. When it comes to charts, I know some people use different types of charting. You have all kinds of charts available. You can do split charts. So you can have maybe a 30-minute time frame, a 2-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame, kind of watch your strategy play out, which is actually really good for backtesting. So when it comes to data, you can download up to 20 years of data when you're on the paid version. I believe on the free version you have some data to work with, but on the paid version you can basically have a data center, pick the pair, indice, metal. You can trade all those things, and you can come here and you can basically download it. They even have a list of strategies, and you can really sort of journal your strategies, and there's even some educational stuff that you can do. So here you can cascade, tile, move, basically chart any kind of way you want. You can journal your trade, and even run scripts, which I thought was pretty crazy. And one of the really cool things is you can use hotkeys, so which I'm doing right now. You can come here and you can customize what you want your keyboard to do. So some of the tools that I actually use on everyday trading, whether even if it's on my phone, I will use the horizontal line, trend line, ray. Majority of the time I'll be using like a rectangle for supply, demand, things like that. And you can even use Fibonacci's. Literally anything, you can pretty much do it. And I have them already done for my keyboard. So that's a rectangle. For T, I can do a trend line. With the H, I can do, oh sorry, I was pressing G. Basically, that was one of the issues that I originally had with the MT4. I used to have trouble drawing this stuff on, but because this is a better version of that, it's not an issue. So besides that, you can also see that you have a balance over here. A lot of people may be interested in doing funding, so you may be wanting to get 100K funded, for example, right? Before you go take that challenge, it's best to actually learn and then spend maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month plus trying to make this 100K balance, back test it, and actually try to hit 10% every time. And you can do that. Like it's really crazy, right? You can. So let's look at the first way that you can use this tool, right? There's 2 ways that I like using it. So the first way that you can do it, which I think is pretty cool, is, so let's say this is, so when you're on the software and you want to start back testing, first of all, you can name your project. You can name it whatever you want. Let's name it 2023, and I'm just gonna put a 1 in front of it because I've already done this before. And we'll make the balance, so I'm gonna make the balance on this 400,000, just because I'm almost up to about $900,000 in funding, and I've batched them up into 400, 300, and actually, you know what, we'll batch it up into like a 200. And so you go next. This is where you can pick your basically what you want to trade. For the purpose of this example, I'll do AUD USD. I have all the data already downloaded, and you can just hit next and create. So this is just going to create basically the chart, and whatever time period I selected, it's just going to start basically going off on that time period. You can select any time period you want in the last 20 years if you're on the paid version. And I'm just going to pause this here and show you guys in a second. All right, let's make this bigger. You can go to the daily, have the daily play out, 4-hour play out, 1 hour's playing out, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. you can basically just pause it here right now, and this is when you can start doing some of your charting work, right? You can chart out the 15-minute. You can go, okay, this was potentially an area of supply. I'm gonna take this trade on the break of, well, let's say these lows right here. You can hit the play button to see if those lows were broken. Okay, they were broken. So this is just hypothetically. I'm not even trying to backtest here. I will do a video where I'll actually go into a whole backtesting session on YouTube, but I'm just trying to show you guys what is possible with this software. So I've got my balance down there. I can go onto my lot size calculator, go to market order, and basically hit sell. And it'll even calculate sort of a little bit of a spread there. And I can resume it and see, you know, was that a profitable trade for me or not, depending on my stop loss, and take profit. And obviously here it was probably not. That's one way of doing it, right? And you can also add a list of indicators. So any indicator that you probably would find on TradingView, you can probably find it here if you want to backtest that indicator. I'm not really big into indicators, but I know a lot of people are, like momentum oscillators, and you might have a new indicator you might want to try with your strategy. It won't make too much sense to actually go test it in the live market. If you do it in backtesting, there's a moment of delay. Like indicators are already lagging, but by the time you're doing it on TradingView, it's literally useless. So you could do something like the only one I use is like a moving average. So I could do like a 50 EMA and just apply it onto the chart. Can I do that again? It's a moving average. Apply, and then you can see it. It's been applied here. You can start, and you can use a fib, whatever you want. All right. Now, this is pretty crazy when it comes to backtesting. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more often. I probably plan on doing a couple hours a week into this. I really wish I knew about a tool like this when I first started trading and I was backtesting, because I had to find out the hard way through losing money in the live markets. This is the closest thing that you can come to a live market, with a balance, an amount, a journal with the trades that you took, different times. You can even set your time. Like you can set, okay, I trade London session. I'm only gonna backtest this in 2020 for that London session, to actually give you like what real life results would have actually been like. So that's kind of one way that you can start off with the software. If you're just on the demo version, or if you've even paid for it, you can set it up into, like, you can even go into chart settings, and I haven't done this yet, but I'm definitely gonna customize this to my own color scheme. And yeah, like the way I have MT5, I'll probably do it like that. You can set up your hotkeys, you can download your data, you can put any indicators that you need to be using, and then you can just go off on your trading, right? You can check out support and resistance, scaling, scalping, and you can really have that money aspect, right? You may have, like, let's say a small $2,000 account that you want to do. So you can just go to new project and just say small account, and over here you can just go $2,000. Next, again, for this purpose, we'll do AUD USD, and you can just select the time. Like, let's say you started trading in 2020, February the 7th is the day you started. You can just go next, and you can create the simulation to actually go to that date, and it will just start firing off. And you can basically now take this $2,000 account of yours, start actually calculating risk, taking the trade based on the risk, and backtest from 2020 to 2021 and see, what could I have done with this $2,000? Would it even be beneficial? Should I even deposit this into a broker, right? And you may see some really good results, and you might not. And if you don't, then you know what you need to work on, right? You might need more education. You might need to understand some aspects like market structure a bit more. You might need to understand your strategy a bit more. Or let's say you have some really good results. I think that should be enough confidence to actually go live, because this is the closest simulation you can get to live. So anyways, I'm gonna cut the story short and show you guys another way that I like doing it. And the way that I like doing it is I like to just jump to random time periods. So I can just go to like a random time. All right, May 15, 2020. And you can just basically, it'll just load that chart up on, I guess, AUD USD on that day, May 15th. And you can just start having it fire off. And the benefit that I feel of this is, like, now I'm like, I can pick any year, but then I'll just go to the calendar and pick a random date, because then I can just go, okay, now I have all of this data available to me. This is what was going on the daily. This was what was going on the 4 hour. This is what was going on the 30-minute. If I'm on the 4 hour, or if I'm on the daily, I can see that we're in an uptrend. So I'm obviously going to be looking for a buy. So I'll scale down to, like, let's say my 4 hour. Okay, so we have a area of demand here, and we have equal highs up there that can be taken out. So I can go to my hotkeys, draw out an area of demand. So I started, this is where I paused it. So typically I would probably want to enter on the break of this candle, but we're already up a little too high, so I'll probably wait for this to see if we can retrace and then take the trade. So here, I'll take the trade here on the H4. No, I'll probably wait for it to come down a little bit and take it. All right, whatever. Let's just take the trade. For example purposes only. So let's just say it was a 10 lot trade, right? And I can put my stop loss here. Stop loss would be 950, no, 990 actually, right below that candle. And I'm gonna go for a buy. Oh, insufficient margin. Oh, okay. So I'm on the $2,000 account, so I'll go one lot. I should have moved this to and made it $200,000 account, but whatever. All right, one lot. So, and then I can just hit basically play. But this is how I would have probably whoa, damn. All right, so this is pretty crazy. Just did a double bottom on the demand, and literally my stop loss was, so this is what would have actually happened in the live market. I don't know if in the live market you would have gotten out, stopped out because of spreads. You may have, but you probably wouldn't have actually. So this trade actually worked out in my favor, but like, as you can see, like that emotion or that sort of sense of reality of how I was actually just trying to trade there, that was pretty cool. So I was in there with the one lot, and we're up like around $800. So I'm just gonna close this position out somewhere here. $938, right? On a $2,000 account, obviously maybe we wouldn't have been risking this much. Close position. All right, there we go. Just made around $938. But as you saw, I was able to take an actual trade like I would have in the real market. I even got a little bit emotional there, which is crazy, but I think that's really amazing. So this is Forex Tester 5. I'll do another video on this where I'll go through a whole backtesting session, and you guys can find the link in the description to download the free version, but I would highly suggest getting the paid version, getting 20 years of data. There's a 10% off in the link in the description below with the code. And this is probably the best investment you can make towards your trading. Instead of just trying to like throw money at challenges, which is just literally a waste of money if you don't know what you're doing, better to get a software like this, invest in some education, put it all together, spend a lot of time this year. I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this thing this year. And again, I'll be doing another video where I'll do like a proper backtesting session. But I think this was really amazing. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video and you found this useful. And also don't forget to subscribe, and I will do another video like this. Again, link is in the description below for Forex Tester 5.